Yeah, he focused on it. The what? Oh, yeah, hers. Sorry. Yeah, I have hers. Great. And we're good to go. On that. The only thing he had was that her certificate actually saying that, because it is half the time with everything, so. We are good there. All right, Jan and Jeremy, are you good to go?
Yes, ma'am.
To go.
All right, I'm gonna get the judge. All rise. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. The Honorable United States District Court for the District of Wyoming is now open for transaction of business pursuant to adjournment. The Honorable Kelly H. Rankin, Chief Magistrate Judge, all having business before this honorable court draw near, give attention, and you shall be heard. God save the United States of America and this honorable court.
Thank you. Please be seated. Well, good afternoon and welcome to this abbreviated naturalization ceremony. I'm just sorry that family and friends can't join us, but because of the COVID-19 outbreak, we're all doing the best we can. But I'm also delighted to have each of you here and so pleased that you will be sworn in as new citizens today. And I'm honored to be a part of your special day. So thank you and welcome again. I will mention that we will suspend the normal rule that prohibits telephones or video or pictures. When we're all done, we'll find a way somehow, if you wish, to take a few pictures. I'll put a mask on and we'll bring the flag forward and do whatever we need to do if you would like to do that. So please, and also during the ceremony, if you'd like to take any pictures, you're more than welcome to do that. It's my understanding that there are people viewing from the YouTube video, and they're able, friends and family are able to watch much of what we're doing here today. Also, friends and family, I understand, are able to listen in on a conference call, and so hopefully your loved ones and family and friends were able to do just that, given the change we had to make from our customary naturalization ceremonies. Well, again, welcome and congratulations to each of you. What I'd like to do next is call on a member of the United States Attorney's Office, who is the representative for the Attorney General for the United States, who will make a motion for your admission as new citizens of the United States. And it's my understanding that Mr. Jeremy Gross is appearing by telephone this afternoon. And Mr. Gross, if you're there, I'll turn it over to you for your motion.
Thank you, Your Honor. I am appearing here by phone today as representative of the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Wyoming, and as you mentioned, a proxy for the Attorney General of the United States, William Barr. Normally, I really enjoy getting to meet everybody, and especially getting an opportunity to practice the pronunciation of all of their names. But it's still a privilege and an honor to introduce to the court each of the individuals who appear in person today for hearing on their petition for naturalization as United States citizens. So without further ado, that includes Ms. Beatrice Ortega, native and former inhabitant of Mexico; Kuong Huang, a native and former inhabitant of Vietnam; Jose Molina, a native and former inhabitant of Mexico; Herlina Mueller, a native and former inhabitant of Indonesia; Jesus Rios, a native and former inhabitant of Mexico; and Susan Njimayu, a native and former inhabitant of Kenya. Each of these individuals has been interviewed and examined under oath by a designated examiner of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, who has also completed their character and background investigation. The Immigration Services indicate that each of these individuals has met all requirements for naturalization and are each well-qualified candidates for U.S. citizenship. As a fellow citizen of the United States and of Wyoming, I want to welcome and congratulate each one of them on this very special occasion. Again, I'm sorry that we can't be there in person and we have our normal celebrations, but I think at this time, Your Honor, it's my distinct honor to move that each of these petitioners be granted the United States citizenship upon taking the oath.
Well, Mr. Gross, thank you for your remarks and your motion. Your motion is granted, and now it really is just a matter of administering the oath, and that's sort of the last step before we give you your certificates. That's the piece of paper that says, finally, I'm sure in all of your cases, you are now a United States citizen. So if you will join me, if you would simply stand and raise your right hands, and then we'll administer this oath. So go ahead and stand if you would, please. All right, if you would say "I" and then please state your name. And then repeat after me. Hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations. You are all new citizens of the United States of America. I'll clap. In just a moment, we're going to hand you your certificates that has your name on it, and that shows that you are now a citizen of the United States. So, Tammy, if you don't mind, if you want to hand those out, this will make it official. Thank you, Tammy. And while you're all standing, would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Thank you. Well, I understand you have received a packet of what I refer to as swag, your new citizen swag, and it has patriotic information, and normally we have our patriotic groups that are here to physically hand you flags and these documents that are contained in these envelopes. But the importance is still the same. I hope that you look through each of those papers very carefully and proudly protect them, and also remember those are symbols of your new citizenship to the United States. So please enjoy those documents, and thank you to our patriotic organization for continuing to fulfill their kind task in making sure that you receive these documents here today. Well, let me just make a few comments about you, and before we talk about taking some pictures and offer you a further congratulations. But let me just simply say again, welcome. You are now Americans. Congratulations to each of you and to each of your families and friends that have supported you for all these many months and years, I'm sure, for most of you. What a long road I'm sure it's been for you and your families. And I'm sure it's also been a struggle at times, leaving your homeland, saying goodbye to your beloved friends and family, traveling to this country, finding a job, adjusting to a new culture, a new way of life. But the good news for all of us is the best of your culture and your way of life is the best of ours. And your traditions enrich not only your family, they enrich America. Always remember that this country was founded on the diversity of many tribes, countries, and cultures. We have been blessed by the rich culture and traditions of so many people like you and those that came before you. America is a combination of the best of everyone who comes here. This great country depends on new citizens such as you to learn and grow. Our survival depends on the values of diversity, tolerance, dignity, and respect that we live by and teach each other. Our very first president, George Washington, recognized the importance of immigrants to our land, not just the rich and high-ranking newcomer, quote, but the oppressed and persecuted of all nations and religions, whom we shall welcome to a participation in all our rights and privileges, end quote. And being a United States citizen, of course, means that you are free. The Constitution and laws of this country are designed to protect your freedom. You are free to think on your own, and you're free to form your own opinions. And you may voice those opinions, whether many people or few people agree with you. You are free to work where you want to work, to read what you want to read, to say what you want to say. You are free to believe what you want to believe, to openly practice any religion or practice no religion at all. There is no single American way to think or believe. As a citizen of the United States, you are free to follow your own path, wherever it may lead you. But with that freedom comes responsibility. The freedom of democracy comes with the responsibility to participate in the democratic process by voting, not casually or carelessly, but in a way that is thoughtful and informed. You have a responsibility to educate yourself so you can make good choices for yourself, your family, and this country that is now your country. This democracy, so hard fought for, only works when its people participate fully by helping to choose who will govern us all and by taking that process seriously. The freedom of democracy also carries a responsibility to your community and your country. You must be willing to serve the country as you can. Use your talents. Be active in your community. Give back to your new country through civic participation and service. I'm sure that all of you here in this courtroom today have someone who's made it possible for you to be here. A friend, a teacher, a sponsor. Maybe they're here listening or watching on YouTube. As you celebrate your new citizenship, make sure you let them know how much their help has meant to you. And perhaps a wonderful way to honor them for their service to you is for you to reach out a hand to someone else who may need your help. Your new country, our country, will only continue to thrive if we care about our fellow citizens as human beings. Again, congratulations and welcome. You have worked incredibly hard to earn your citizenship, and I know I speak for all your Wyoming neighbors when I say we are grateful to have you. Congratulations once again. Now, with that, that completes our process today. Quick and easy, but again, I just want to personally congratulate you and welcome you here. And thank you for all your efforts to make it work in these kind of crazy circumstances. We really appreciate the sacrifices you've made to be here today, and certainly, again, the support of your family and friends to make sure that today could happen for each of you. I'm happy to, if anybody's interested at this time, to step down, and I'll put a mask on and we'll move the flag over and we can take some individual photos. But I apologize, I won't probably shake your hand like we customarily do, but know that I'm giving you a hearty congratulations without the handshake. So I'll move down to the front near you and we'll take some pictures.
All rise. This Honorable United States District Court for the District of Wyoming now stands adjourned, subject to call. I hope I'm going to